Hello everyone, this is MatzahBall here, and today I am going to be ranking all 16 Mario Kart Wii tracks, and by that I mean just the 16 Nitro tracks that were actually new to the game. And when I first wanted to create a YouTube channel, this was actually the first video I wanted to make, and here I am making it now, and this is all my opinion. Some stuff will definitely be controversial, some won't be, and yeah, let's just get into ranking the tracks. Starting off here at number 16, we have Luigi Circuit, and this is probably last on most people's lists. It's a pretty boring beginner track. It's just really a loop, and normally, like with beginner tracks, you get that they're like beginner tracks and they're good for what they are, but honestly, this track really doesn't have much to it at all. Like, even compared to like other beginner tracks like Mario Kart Stadium and like the Luigi Circuit and Mario Kart Double Dash, those are at least a bit more exciting. While this is just a loop, like there are some cool parts like the ending section of the lap with the boost panels and how there's the shortcut, but this really doesn't show off Mario Kart Wii's mechanics like you'd expect it to, the tricks and half pipes and stuff like that. And moving on, at number 15 is Moo Moo Meadows, and this is another beginner track. It definitely has its moments and it can be very fun compared to Luigi Circuit, which isn't really fun, but overall it's pretty flat and isn't much to it, except this ending section is a bit exciting, but it can get pretty annoying because you never really know like what the right path to take is, and it's easy to get screwed over there by driving into the grass or driving into the holes of the Monty moles. And I actually think I prefer the Mario Kart 8 remake of this track, just because you can actually like trick off of the Monty Mole's trail, which makes the course a bit more exciting, and the visuals are really nice. But here, they're nice too. It's like a nice sunny day on a farm, and the cows aren't too hard to avoid, but sometimes they can block the track. So, not the hardest track, but here we go with Mario Circuit, and we are at like almost at the last of the beginner tracks that are usually at the bottom of people's lists, and this is actually a pretty good Mario Circuit compared to others in my opinion. It could just be nostalgia because I do have very fond memories of playing this track when I was younger, but I don't know, it's got that like cool shortcut there, and I just overall really like the feel to this track, and I love the music as well. I think it has one of the best Mario Circuit themes, and obviously it has the glitch like right by those trees that you can pull off, which is pretty hard to do. But and yeah, like there's the castle, and driving on it is like it's not the worst. There's definitely can be some very like intense races on there because it's not like 100% like a luck-based track. There is some skill involved because there are like the Goombas and the chain jumps you have to avoid, but still is a beginner track. And now we have the final of the beginner tracks, which is Daisy Circuit, which I think is the best one. And after this will actually more so be my opinion, because these 4 tracks like you usually see at the bottom of people's lists. And Daisy Circuit I actually think is a very like not really like underrated or overhated, just usually people don't seem to like it that much. And I'm not really sure why, because I think visually like it looks great, and racing on it can actually be really fun too. Like obviously like I'm not racing great because I was kind of just showing out the courses, but I love driving on the sidewalk and that cool shortcut and overall like feel of the track. But I've always like wondered is like what's beyond that area right there. Like I've always wanted to go there, but unfortunately there's an invisible wall. And yeah, there's the shortcut over there, and you can see the statue of Luigi and Daisy, and then Baby Luigi and Baby Daisy, which a lot of people just seem to not really notice. And now, here we go, number 12, I think. I'm not actually sure. Warios Gold Mine. And this isn't a bad track by any means. Like, I know, like, a lot of people like this. It's not like a really like a fan favorite, but it is a very cool and fun track, and I do like the difficulty of it. So you just the whole like section here is really cool, trying to dodge the gold mines, and I really don't like how in Mario Kart 8 they made it so the gold mines, or not the gold mines, the gold carts give you speed instead of actually like damaging you, because that's like most of the fun of the track. There are like some better things in the Mario Kart 8 version, like there's like a cool like section like right here that replaces the half pipe, because the half pipes are useless on this track. And there's another one of those ramps like at the end of the track where you can do a cool shortcut. And the bats right there are like really annoying. That's probably like the worst part of the track. But right here, which you're about to see, is like a super cool section. You probably have seen this. There's a good chance you haven't. You can just drive on the rail here, and it's like Wario's Gold Mine is like an incredibly fun track just to explore. Like, there's a few tracks that we'll get into in a moment that are just like fun to race on, but like amazing to explore, and Wario's Gold Mine is certainly one of them. And here we are, Moonview Highway coming up next. I think this course goes pretty back and forth with me. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Overall, it has one of the like most fast-paced and fun feels, just driving on a highway, and like at night, like boost panels everywhere. It is some kind of missing a soul, as like I think it definitely could have benefited from it definitely could benefit from a section like where there weren't really any cars to avoid and like a little bit of a braking point. That's like the one thing this course is missing, but other than that, it's a very fun and solid, exhilarating course. There are definitely better ones, but I think it gets the job done, and it's like a million times better than Toad's Turnpike. And I don't just mean the Mario Kart 8 version. Like, Toad's Turnpike sucks no matter what. And the other like highway tracks, like Mushroom City, like that one's pretty good, but I just think Moonview Highway will always be the best of them. And that's about it for this track. Now we are in the top 10, starting off with DK Summit. And this one, despite being low, I do think it is growing on me a bit. And the reason it's so low is probably because it's very reliant on the half pipes. And I'm not gonna lie, I just am not the biggest fan of half pipes. Like, they're definitely like cool and fun, but I mean, there's like a lot of like other like much cooler things in this game that people like talk about, like bringing half pipes back in the next Mario Kart. Like, it always like surprises me. That's one of the main things they want back, when there's like a lot of other cool things in this game. And one thing funny is, along with half pipes, there's like a ton of boost panels everywhere. But if you actually look at the world records, they don't use any of the boost panels, and that's always been something I've kind of just found interesting, that the world record doesn't use any of the boost panels or everything. But it is very reliant on tricks, which I like. I guess they kind of go along with the half pipes, but it's just an overall like fast-paced, fun course. And yeah, so here we go with Bowser's Castle. Some people think, or actually a lot of people call it the best Bowser's Castle, because there's a Bowser's Castle in every Mario Kart game. And I'm actually not one of those people. I think there are definitely better Bowser's Castles out there, even in Mario Kart Wii, but my favorite probably has to be the DS version. And this is still really cool. This section right here always like seems to mess me up. I've been playing this game for years, and I still like always feels unnatural to do that. I kind of just rely on going down the middle with a mushroom. And after you get out of that section, though, it's really cool, like going up the staircase here, avoiding the thwomps, and obviously there's the glitch, which I have never done and probably will never be able to do. And so the length of the track, it's probably on the longer side. It just feels kind of short. I don't know. I really do like this entrance, like going off the ramp into the castle. But other than that, I feel like it's a bit like kind of there aren't as many like sections to it as I'd like. It kind of seems like there's only like 3 main sections of the track when other Bowser's Castles seem to have more, but I could be wrong, and I understand why a lot of people call this their favorite one. Personally, it just isn't really my thing. And if I'm bad at Bowser's Castle, I suck at Dry Ruins, but that does not stop it from being one of my favorite tracks, because like I said before about exploring, this one is amazing. You'll just see like so many minor details pretty much everywhere, and you'll find something new that you never knew was there, like every time you just like stop and explore the track. And it is a pretty difficult track, probably one of the harder desert tracks, also probably the best desert track out there, because it's like such a lively track, and you've got this temple section. Like here the sand fills up, and there's also like each lap like there's more sand, and there's also like the pillars that fall. Just, I don't know, it has like such like a cool like feel to it that's super unique, and I feel like is a bit underappreciated. And yeah, but this section here, it always seems to like you can easily get screwed over here. Like, just see how it's an incredibly difficult section, but I still think like the track, it just has something about it, and I can't really say what, but I don't know. And obviously the bats here are bad too, but not as bad as they are in Wario's Gold Mine. I think they're a bit less annoying. Like, they can still knock you off, but most of the time you are going off the boost panel, and they won't be strong enough to hit you. And now at Rainbow Road at number 7, and I know Rainbow Road is like considered like amazing, and I still remember the first time I played this track. I was like probably 6 or 7, and I was just amazed when I saw this, and then that amazement quickly went away when I fell off the track probably 30 times. And it's obviously a hard track. It's one of the hardest Rainbow Roads, probably the hardest, and there's like barely any parts of the track where you feel safe. The whole race you're just feeling like so tense, and playing online, or even just like in Grand Prix mode trying to like get like 3 stars or whatever, you can just be like shaking by the end of lap 3. And it does have some cool shortcuts, like obviously you saw the moon jump I did at the start, and like it has the cannon there, and so it isn't my favorite, but it is very good. But here we are, Maple Treeway. Now we're getting into like the really good tracks, the top 6 I think. And so Maple Treeway is considered by many to be the best track, and I definitely can see why. Like, it's just amazing. It has a ton of variety, a really cool theme, just super unique stuff, and like people say, it almost feels like a custom track, especially with those wigglers at the start. And it has the infamous cannon where the Bam Shock Dodge was invented, and unfortunately after Mario Kart Wii they no longer have invincibility in the cannons, which is really unfortunate. I hope they bring that back. And overall, it's just this track is like quickly going from one section to the next without really feeling like it's going by too fast, and that's why I like it and why many other people like it. However, we still are not yet in the top 5. And at number 5 is Grumble Volcano, which is probably a bit controversial. Not many people really talk about this track outside of when they're playing it, especially as being one of their favorites. And I don't know, it has that cool, it has the ultra shortcut at the very start, which is the only ultra shortcut I can actually pull off. And it has like a ton of cool like respawn glitches like over here, and other shortcuts like the rock hop. But overall, like, it has a unique thing how the track falls apart each lap. Like, you can see some parts like shaking on lap 2, and then it's completely gone by lap 3. And like, here's like a cool shortcut I tried to pull off that I failed. I've done that before, but like I said, I wasn't really focusing on driving. I was kind of just focusing on showing off the course, and I just really like how this track like feels to drive. It's just one of the most satisfying tracks to drive. It has like a ton of cool like straightaways, like tricks to do, drifting, and it's got like multiple paths, which you'll take both multiple paths, and I don't know, it's a very cool track. And Toad's Factory, number 4. This has always kind of been one of my favorites, and as you can see, in those stampers, they contain item boxes, so this is where item boxes are made, which is pretty cool. And that ramp right there that I just like jumped over, that's something that I found out you could do by accident, and I just do it sometimes because I think it's fun, even though I know it's slower. And similar to Dry Ruins, Toad's Factory, the course is like changing every lap. Like you see, like sometimes the at the start of the race, sometimes the stompers will get in your way, sometimes they won't. Like every section is like you never know how it's gonna be, and you just gotta hope it's on your side and kind of expect the best. And it does kind of feel, this course kind of feels like an obstacle course in a way, just with all the obstacles to avoid, and I'm surprised they put it in the Mushroom Cup, but I certainly think it is like an incredible track. You obviously can't have your bad moments on this, but you can have that on any track, really. And moving on, we have the third place, we have Coconut Mall, and we are really getting to the really good tracks here. And Coconut Mall, again, is considered like one of the best tracks, like for any Mario Kart game. It seems to often be a contender with Waluigi Pinball. Personally, I think Waluigi Pinball and Coconut Mall, I guess, are overrated, but they're still both incredible tracks. And here, talking about Coconut Mall, it's as fun as it sounds. You drive through a mall, there's just a ton of cool little details. There's the parking lot glitch, there's the infamous escalator, and parking lot sections. Really, like, what's not to love? Definitely has its hard parts and its easy parts of the track. You'll never have a dull race on Coconut Mall. It's super fast paced, the music absolutely bops, and here you can like avoid going on the escalator. You can go up the escalator the wrong way if you use the railing to your advantage, but it is a bit more risky, and usually people tend to do it the normal way. And now, at second place, we have a track that has usually always been my favorite, Koopa Cape. And when I originally made this list, I did have Koopa Cape at number 1, and I just decided number 1 I like more, which you've probably figured out by now which one it is. But talking about Koopa Cape, I just love water themes in games and like beach themes, and I love this section in particular with the water speeding you up, and I just have so many memories playing this when I was younger. But the best part of the track has to be right here, just going down to the pipe. And I remember, like, I was just like struck in awe the first time I saw this, and how like much I just wanted to get out of the pipe and explore. It's just super cool to stop and look at. And here I got hit by the zappers, which are a nice cool feature, which unfortunately aren't in the Mario Kart 7 remake of this track, but it's okay, I guess, because Koopa Cape will always be amazing no matter what. And that's about it for this track, but I will always love this track, and I think 2 is low to put this, but Mushroom Gorge, I don't know, it's just an amazing track. I love so much about it. I think it's the perfect balance between luck and skill, which is kind of what this game is about, because it's definitely item dependent. It's not really a front-running track, but then again, some parts of it can be front-running. And it has like all the cool shortcuts, like the one at the beginning, the gap cut, which definitely takes skill to pull off. Even this mushroom section can be really fun and really difficult, and it's incredibly easy to get target shots at this part, but it's also really fun. And again, in the Mario Kart 7 version, they made the mushrooms a lot bigger, so it's like a lot harder to mess up there. And here I am going to show you a glitch on this track, which you probably know about, where if you hit a boost panel before a mushroom but don't touch a mushroom, you can go on off-road without slowing down. Right here, like, see what I'm doing? And that goes away once you touch another mushroom, so you can't really utilize it for that long, but it's I think like just another like it's the small things about this track, and I do like time trialing this track even though I'm not great at it. I do have one video of me time trialing it, but and yeah, I've only done the gap cut with the flame runner before, and that's at like 200cc, but yeah, it's just overall an amazing track, and that is about it for this video. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.